Shout out. Sorry, intro is on right now. We have another DJ Cactus. By the way, the previous one, DJ Cactus, excellent work. I loved it. You, my good friend, my good sir, my good madam, I don't know, good person. You have a knack. You have a knack for these SCP stories. I really do believe so. Call me a fan. I enjoy most of your. Actually, I think I enjoyed all of your SCPs so far. I don't recall one I didn't enjoy. But hey, we got DJ Cactus again with Factory Lounge. Yes. So let's get into it. Oh, you're definitely into it. Okay, looks like there's one. Let me actually see if this is just another SCP. Yes. No, it looks more like a tail. Oh wait, it's. Well, let's see. Okay, we went from Euclid to Keter. Special containment procedures. SCP-2271 is unable to be directly contained. Current indirect containment efforts focus on mitigating damage caused by SCP-2271 to affected individuals and communities. Foundation Task Force Moon 14 Forgive and Forget is currently spearheading efforts to contain SCP-2271. Although the effects of SCP-2271 are believed to be irreversible, evidence has shown that removing affected individuals from large populations and isolating them decreases the rate at which the population as a whole is affected. Additional Foundation mobile task forces have been utilized to quickly separate affected individuals from their families and move them to high security containment at Site 91, the Solitary Containment Facility at Site 9. Appropriate cover stories and Class B amnestics have been authorized. Any and all Foundation personnel who become affected by SCP-2271 are to be considered killed in action. Under no circumstances are affected Foundation personnel to come in contact with any other unaffected Foundation personnel after confirmation of the affected status. Necessary self-termination resources are to be supplied to these personnel as requested. And we have an instance of -1 here. Oops. That says Factory Financial Management, Recovery Services, PO Box, Telephone, Fax, Email, Business Hours. All calls will be recorded, and we have a bunch of 20th December 2014. Do not ignore this letter. Your ref creditor told you, Dear Mr. We have been instructed by our client collect the amount listed above. Unless payment is made to Factory Financial Management within 7 days of the date of this notice, further action will be taken to collect all outstanding dues. You should make an immediate telephone call in order to stabilize your account with stabilize your account with us. Alternatively, you may must to inform you that if you fail to make payment as requested, we will have no option but to proceed with further action. Is in your best interests to call us immediately. Yours sincerely, Factory Financial Management. The only thing, so Factory Financial Management is the only thing they can write correctly. Everything else is a bit wrong. Okay. Description: SCP-2271 is a poorly understood phenomenon currently affecting small population in the American Midwest. SCP-2271 manifests directly as a plain white envelope containing a letter detailing collections on a student loan account. Oh, yeah, okay, that's... I actually don't know what a student loan looks like. Especially, I assume most of them are digital now anyway. But, because I never had to deal with student loans, but also at the same time, I think that's a very, I'm pretty sure that's a very USA thing to do, because I don't think Europe has any of that. I might be wrong. Maybe there's like one county. It's like, no, we have student loans, but at the end, I never heard people complaining here in Europe about student loans. Or maybe, again, I might be fully wrong. Maybe there was like a group of British people that are like, no, we do have them. It's just that I was very fortunate that I never had to deal with them, or people around me never had to deal with them. So who knows? While the envelope and letter are themselves non-anomalous, the manner in which they are delivered are, and as such, they have been jointly classified as -1. Gotcha. So, the manner in which they are delivered, which means direct to the plane on a student loan account. So it just like shows up out of nowhere. What this makes me believe. SCP 2271 takes effect on an individual in 3 distinct steps, each categorized by regression of the subject's mental state, as well as aggression on the part of entities classified as -2 instances. The steps are as follows. Phase 1. Initial exposure. Subject received a personalized version of -1. Typically, this occurs through regular postage routinely received by the subject. Although this can take place through a variety of different avenues, -1 instances have been found sit on the doorways inside of locked rooms within articles of clothing, and in one case within the excrement of a prisoner in solitary confinement. Within the what? Can you imagine you taking a dump and your student loan comes out? What? Ain't no way. All instances of -1 refer to a factory financial management group and provides phone numbers and addresses used to contact the company. To date, none of these numbers or addresses have shown any indication of being affiliated with the company in question or any group whatsoever. But if used to mail a package or make a phone call, will result in some kind of communication with the company. Packages do not require a mail carrier. Applying an address label of some kind will result in the parcel disappearing shortly afterwards. The individual receiving the instance of -1 does not need to open the envelope or read the letter to be affected. As soon as they receive -1, they become an instance of -A. Okay. As soon as they receive, so it doesn't matter if they open it or not. Let's say like, yeah, it doesn't matter if they open it. As soon as they have it, they are -A. So I'm going to just do this real quick. Factory. Okay. Wait, did I read this before? The factory is SCP-001. I feel like I read this already. Did I? Yeah, no, I feel like I remember reading. Let me look at this again. Because remember, guys, I did read a majority of the of the 001s. Of course, there's a bunch of new ones, I believe, but I forgot. Cause I remember this. The factory is 001. Yeah, no, I think I read this already, so I'm just not gonna read it again. Phase 2, payment of debt. In 100% of all reported cases, the letter within -1, unless I'm wrong, then if somebody tells me I'm wrong, I will read it and add it to this video, or we'll add it to like as a small video aside. But yeah, the letter within -1 will demand payment of a monetary amount that absolutely cannot be repaid, even if the subject had access to the total amount of all of Earth's liquid asset. So basically, okay, it's always like beyond. Gotcha. During the second, which, if I was a student and I got a student loan letter, oh hey, I got the little from my Comic-Con. Not sure if you guys can. It's a little duckly. Let me just place it. I forgot about you. You were in my pocket. Shoplifters will begin to sell all of their personal belongings and assets and attempt to mail the collected cash to an address listed on the letter, or call the company and make a credit transaction. Attempting to hinder -A subjects from making these payments will often lead to violent outbursts by the subject. Subject will aggressively maintain that they must meet an impossible repayment schedule or face consequences from the collection agency. During this phase, -A instances will begin to claim that they can see unclear humanoid entities on the edge of their vision which are fast-moving and clouded in thick smoke. No other distinguishing characteristics have been reported. These entities have been classified as -2. The amount of like SCPs that are just in the corner of your eye and just vanish when you try to look at them, or like apparently super fast. I think I've read at least 4 of them now. At least. Phase 3, liquidation of assets. During the final phase of affliction, -A will begin to dramatically sell off the remainder of their perceived belongings in order to pay off their debt. During this and the previous phases, -A instances will receive additional instances of -1 as updates to the status of the debt repayment. In no reported cases has the amount owed ever decreased. So you can slave away to try to pay that student loan back. It will never go away. -A instances have been observed shipping the remainder of their material possessions, the possessions of those around them, their teeth, hair, excrement, blood, and other bodily fluids, pets, children, spouse, close relatives, and finally, with no other alternatives, the remainder of their own body. Often these individuals have been brutalized and arranged in such a way that we were sold in more efficient packaging and ship. Jesus Christ. Let me finish this real quick. This behavior will continue until the subject expires or is no longer capable of making payments, after which they will disappear after the second missed payment. I'm just going to say this because, again, I'm very fortunate that I don't have to deal with student loans. But I bet you, this is how sometimes student loans will make people feel. It will make them feel like they're giving like their whole life away just to pay those fucking loans back. Right? At the end, of course, I mean, at least so far, nobody has sold their family members to repay student loans. I hope that's not going to ever happen. But I will say with confidence, some of the students probably feel like this, like, my God, this shit's annoying. I cannot escape it. -A subject, while restrained from making payments, will claim that the instance of -2 that had previously existed only on the edge of the vision will become more prominent and threatening, and begin to repossess items themselves. These claims are corroborated by observation of the subject and the belongings in the question, which will begin to disappear if the subject does not personally make payment. -2 instances have not been photographed, but thermal surveillance has ascertained that there is always a significant drop in local temperature whenever -A subjects claim -2 instances are near, often as much as 25 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure if that's worse. Like, being haunted is one thing, but then being haunted and having your shit stolen by a ghost, that would actually really annoy me. Foundation personnel I would forget to be scared. I'd be like, what the hell, man? Why are you taking my shit? Foundation personnel collecting the remains of -A/34's eldest son. Wait, Foundation personnel collecting the remains of -A/34's eldest son. Okay. -A subjects are universally in a state of constant fear regarding -2 instances and will show immense hesitation to avoid any stimuli that they relate to -2, including the sound of metal on metal fire, strong wind, and the smell of burning rubber and petrol. Okay, interesting. Addendum 1, Discovery. The SCP-2271 phenomenon was first discovered in the town of Nebraska after local law enforcement ceased responding to attempts at communication by all outside groups. Foundation agents were mobilized to the town, where they discovered that, despite signs of particularly graphic violence and struggle, the entire population had disappeared. The first instance of -1 was discovered during this investigation, albeit unknowingly, by the late Agent Sandra McCoy during the sweep of an abandoned home in the area. 2 days later, another report surfaced of a family of fanatics in nearby Nebraska who had sold all of their possession and then violently attacked their elderly neighbors. Foundation personnel arrived on the scene and managed to apprehend the subject. It was during this initial investigation that -1 and 2 were originally classified. Did those neighbors park in front of your parking spot? Did their dogs piss on your lawn? Is that why you attacked them? However, during foundation occupation of several other members of the primary containment team became affected by SCP-2271. Oh, that's not good. As well as large numbers of townspeople, the situation soon became unmanageable, and all of unaffected personnel. That's why it's Keter. Yeah, I just remembered it's Keter. This is a okay. So you can get affected by it as well, and all unaffected personnel were ordered to move back to a 5-kilometer perimeter and wait for further instruction. The situation resolved after 2 weeks, when all affected personnel had either disappeared, expired, or become too incapacitated to continue making payments. The remaining inhabitants were amnesticized and held for observation, then transported to Spain with different identities. The town itself was demolished, as was incident report 1/3/2014. 2014. There we go. On the 3rd of January. See, I would not have guessed the 3rd of January because it's not how we do. 2014, Overwatch Command received a distress call from Site 91. The previous holding facility of all individuals contained in relation to SCP-2271. After the initial call, Site 91 staff did not respond for an additional 8 hours, during which MTF Alpha 1 Red Right Hand, which is a mobile task force, right here. Which the last one we read from them was fucking Immorty 01s. Damn, that's a while ago. Was mobilized to the remote location of Site 91. MTF A1 was not able to reach Site 91 before it suddenly detonated its on-site nuclear device. In the wake of this event, it was discovered that Site 91 had sent one additional message, timestamped only 2 minutes before the detonation of the on-site nuclear device. The message, a single scanned image, was sent with no additional explanation. Investigation into this incident is still ongoing. And here we have a received at Site 1 on the 1/3/2014 at 3:15 EST. Okay. So we have the same letter, but now we have one that's fully blacked out, and it says, "There's a place in hell for debtors and a hole just your size." Lovely. lovely. Nice. We loved it. We love to see it. We love to hear it. I never had to deal with student loans, but something tells me that this is exactly how people feel with it. Selling your life away just to make sure you pay it. You get it done. Except this one, you'll never decrease the cost. It's once you have it. Except this one, you'll never decrease the cost. Yeah, that's enough to say. We don't have to go that deep into it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I assume that's how people feel with it. And if that's how people feel with it, I feel like this is a good SCP just to for anybody who doesn't have to deal with student loans and has no idea how it feels. This is a good SCP to just read this and then you understand. This is what it goes on in our heads when we have to deal with student loans. Maybe not to the extreme of wanting to sell off your family and children and pets and all that stuff, but it probably does feel very similar to that.